All right. Apparently, YouTube doesn't want us to talk about working together. It's amazing when I do a very, very plutonic title, like live in the date, right? I have not had one problem. When I do it this way and put a title on there, they mess up my stream. Amazing. So we'll give this a minute for other people to get back in here. Obviously, I'm going to leave that one up so that people can see. But unbelievable. Yeah, I know. But somebody had asked, is there farmland available in that area? And yes, there is. There's absolutely farmland available in that area. So if you're looking for that as well, it's there. I'm telling you guys, this is out in the country, up in the hills. It would be an awesome. I'm always looking, strategically speaking, of an area that is defendable, that has a lot of water around, and all that type of stuff. So that's what I look for, an opportunity for a place if you were going to do a prepper community and work on that. Tear down old structures and build that, preserve the wilderness. There's not much left. But like I said, it's like I said, it's an opportunity for people if they're interested. So again, and I'll say it in the beginning of this. So we're talking about a town that I've checked out that I know that is a great opportunity where people can, work together. How do you feel about a prepper community garden? You could do that too, Schmitty, if you were interested in doing that. And if you had enough people willing to work together and sharing the proceeds or the produce that whatever is grown, that's a very doable thing. Yeah, prepper or pistol permit laws are easier in Pennsylvania. Exactly. I wouldn't do this in New York. I'm telling you right now, I would not ever recommend doing this in New York. Not at all. But you get down into Pennsylvania and you get up in the mountains, it's a really good opportunity. And, I'm going to tell you what, and I'll be the first to say that if this was something that could be worked out and could be done, I might relocate myself. I'll be honest with you. Because if we have like-minded people willing to work together, for now and after an SHTF event happens, it would make a huge difference. A huge difference. No permits mentioned in the Second Amendment. Yeah, right, exactly. But unfortunately, the games, are always going on. But like I said, this town that I'm talking about, it's very, very great strategic location. It's more isolated. Like I said, we're talking about a town of 2,000 people. A lot of state land around there, a lot of woods. So a lot of opportunity, a lot of deer hunting and stuff like that. And so it would definitely be a really good opportunity in that area for people. Absolutely would be an awesome opportunity. So let's see. I would definitely be in if it's in Western Pennsylvania. If you're interested, Law and Order Prepper, like I said, if you're interested and you want to talk more, give me, shoot me that email, give me your phone number. We will communicate and we will talk, and we can I might not tell you exactly where it is in the beginning, but we can talk about location-wise in the state and stuff like that. And it's a great opportunity. And like I said, picking up, property really, really cheaply is awesome to be able to do. I got to show you guys this here real quick. So right now, you got Gelco's here. There's Buddy. Lucy's up over. Let's see if I can find. Where's Lucy? Wait a minute. He's over there sleeping. You see him. So they're all hanging out. Gelco was pissed when we got home. He was over by the generator. He was on that one box that we got over there, and he's a very quiet cat, and he was hollering and hollering. So when I went over to go pet him, he ran away. He was so mad because we were gone. So, but the rest of the cats were like, "Yay, you're back!" But now, obviously, he's on the bed. He's very happy to be, that we're back home. So he's forgiven us already. No, it is not within 50 miles of Pittsburgh or Philly. I would not put it anywhere near either one of those places. So no, the property that I'm telling you guys, the property that I'm talking about is a prepper's dream. It is high elevation, in the woods, lots of state land around there, so they're not going to be building anything else up in that area, right? There's 11 creeks and rivers in that area, and there's a tremendous amount of springs. So, you are looking at a really, really good opportunity. There's jobs as long as you can pass a drug test. If you're a tradesman, it would be really, really good. Let's see, what do we got here? Is it within 30 miles of a big city? No, Ace of Spades is not. I would never pick an area to be a prepper community that was really close to anything big. So it's not close to anything big at all. So yeah, it's a really good. What is the weather there? Well, it's in the mountains. So like right now, when I was up there, they didn't have snow because the weather's been warm and it was raining in that area. Their weather. We were actually up here. We were a little bit warmer. Like I said, it's a little bit higher elevation, so I don't know year round what the temperature would be and stuff like that. That all can be found out. If I could sell my house, I would have at least 150 plus my pension to put into a property. You wouldn't even need that much. The Maverick Prepper, you wouldn't even need that. Like I said, realistically, if you did that, you sold your house and you said, okay, I'm all in. I'm going to come and I'm going to go here. You can get a house really, really cheaply. And then, that's one more prepper in the area. And again, I'm a big, huge, firm believer that we have to work together. And if we get organized, and this is part of getting organized. I'm trying to, the right way to say it. Actions speak louder than words, okay? And I was thinking of some other kind of slang term, but I don't want to use that one on here. But, if you are serious and you want to do something like this, this is absolutely doable. And like I said, it's a good area. There's a lot of good people. Very small school. Like the school, the average class size, like let's say 12th grade, is like 50 kids. That's it. So that's a lot more individualized attention. You know what I mean? So when I say, like I said, it's a small town. It's a small town. Under 2,000 people, and if we organized and got together and worked together, like I said, I would actually really consider relocating myself. I hate New York. I'll be honest with you. I hate the laws in New York. Now I like my area where I'm at, but it's just, they're so restrictive with the laws here. And, they're always making it worse and worse all the time. Why do you think every year so many people are leaving New York? Why do you think every year so many people are leaving California? Because it's nuts. They want to be, in an area where they can raise their families and be safe. And this is an area where you could raise your family and be safe. And especially, like I said, with like-minded people. We had a religious group come into Oregon and try to take over a town. They got run out. Well, that's a whole different mindset. That's, and that's there's no nuclear power plants nearby. We're not looking to go in and take over, per se. We're looking, if we're going to do this, you look to go in and you want to assimilate. You want to become part of the town. There's a lot of good people in small towns. And I just said this earlier. There's a lot of good people in small towns that realistically have the same mindset that we have, but they just don't even know that they're preppers, but they prep, because it's old school. Grandma and grandpa they can, so there's a lot of really good people. And if you go into a town, okay, let's put so you decide, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm moving into this town. Now, if you go into this town and act like, now I'm going to be in charge and I'm taking over, you're not going to make it. They're going to, like you said, that other person said, they're going to run you out. But if you go into that town and you want to be a good person, you want to be a part of the community, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to become part of the community. So, think about, again, now we have 20, then we get 25 families. Now we get 50 families. And you grow that community, that prepper community. Next thing you know, You're on the boards here, you're on the boards there, you're integrating yourself as part of that community, but you still are a prepper at the bottom core of who you are. Okay, we all want to be happy. We want to have peace. I think fundamentally most people want to be happy. They want peace. They want to be someplace where their kids can be safe. And this is what I'm talking about. Mayor Ed. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, I'll tell you what, if I moved to a small town like that and we were going to do something, I would absolutely get involved in a local politics, not on the state level, but on a local level, because I think it's important. But, and do it in a way, like I said, you're not going in there trying to push people around. You're not going to get anywhere doing that. You're not going to. But if you do it in a way where you're genuine, and that's the important part about this, guys. If this was going to happen, it would have to be genuine. It has to come from your heart. You want a better life. And so you want to come to this small town and have an opportunity. Like I said, the jobs are there. If you're willing to work and you're not on drugs, you can work. Okay. And knowing that maybe not the house right next door to you, but the house after that, they're also a prepper, and you work together, and now you forge friendships and bonds with like-minded people, and you're all in one area. And, I'm telling you what, over time, over 15, 20 years, you could take over a town. You're not going to do it overnight, but you could be a part of a very positive, good community and put yourself in there and be a good person. And people see that. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care where you are. I don't care where you go. You go someplace, if you're full of crap, people are going to figure out you're full of crap in a hurry. But if you're honest and you're genuine and you just want that better life, it would be good. Let's see. Schmitty said, I'm guessing South Carolina. No, Pennsylvania, Schmitty. Pennsylvania. Yep. Because again, I think high elevation is important for a lot of reasons. So, hey, Mountain Girl, peace of mind goal is my main goal at this point of life. I hear you. I absolutely agree with you 100%. Peace of mind is huge, and it's very, very important. If you don't have peace of mind, you have nothing. If you don't feel comfortable and safe in your own environment, what is that? You're walking around looking over your shoulder every time you turn around. What is that? That's not the way it should be. It really shouldn't be. It should absolutely not be that way. So, again, So what do we got? Nuke plant in Pennsylvania, Peach Bottom, and 3 Mile Island. Hey, Durbo Cherry, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Dr. Debo, that's what it's saying, I believe. Dr. Debo Cherry. Okay, well, thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Yes, they would definitely welcome different ethnicities. Yeah, you know what? If skin color don't matter if you're a decent person. That's the way I feel. And I think a lot of preppers also feel that same way. So, will you have some racism? I don't care where we go in the world. There's always going to be some racism. But if you go someplace and people get to know you and realize that you're a decent person, believe me, police department, I don't think that there is one. I would have to really, I'll have to look more into that, and I can let you guys know. There might be. A lot of times the small towns, they probably got a couple of local police officers in them. I know that the town that I live outside of, they have a police force, but it's a town of 5,000 people. So a lot of times what you're going to see is, do you mean cannabis? Cannabis is a drug. Well, according right now to the law, if you take a drug test and you pop positive for marijuana, they are not going to give you a job. That's the reality right now. Now, do I see in the future, the near future, within the next 10 years, marijuana being legal all over the country? I absolutely do see that. I absolutely do see that being legal all over the place. That's just my opinion. I don't think of myself personally. I don't smoke pot. Okay. I don't do any drugs. I rarely drink. I'm not a big drinker, but when I talk drugs, I'm talking heroin, meth, crack, those type of things that are destroying lives. You smoke a joint, all you're going to do is go make a sandwich and maybe take a nap. listen to some good music and really truly enjoy it. I have nothing against pot, nothing. So, but again, if you're trying to get a job someplace, they're going to test you now in this day and age for marijuana. And if you test positive for marijuana, which is illegal in a lot of places, you're not going to be able to get a job. Kate says we all bleed red. You're absolutely right. We all bleed red. There's a lot of decent people. And like I said, I'm going to tell you what, I don't care what neighborhood I'm in. If it's decent people and they're respectful and, they're willing to work together, regardless of whatever race we all may be, I got no problem. I don't care what color you are. So as long as you're a good person and we have that same mindset, that's fine. Now, if you're looking to get over and scam, I know plenty of white people that do that. So, that's just the way it goes. If you pull your weight, no one will care what nationality you are. You're exactly right. You are exactly right. Small town fire departments are a great way to meet people and get good ideas. And again, you integrate yourself into the town and become part of that town. You don't walk into a town and say, hey, now we're taking over. This is what we're doing. That's not how it works. All you're going to do is make enemies. And when you make enemies of people that have been there forever and ever and a day, that's not what you want. That's not. But here's the best part about that. That's not the prepper mindset. That's not the prepper mindset. We would go in, buy up properties, work on them, work together. People would be seeing these groups of people that came in from this state, that state, and the other state, and they're all working together. People would be intrigued. They'd be like, what's this deal? What's going on? And they would want to know what you were all about. And, and you could, just say, we believe in preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And lo and behold, my friend from Missouri decided to move here too. And look at that. There's my friend from Connecticut has also moved here, and again, that's how it could work. And it could be awesome. It really, really could be. It was my gateway to chocolate. Yeah, I hear you. How many times did the Mormons try that? Well, you know what? Again, you're going on religious based. So the Mormons went to different places and, because of their religion, they tried that. We're not talking. Preppers are all different types of religions. That's not the defining factor of who preppers are. Okay. But we all have a similar mindset, regardless of our race, regardless of our religion, regardless of our politics, because there are preppers, folks, that are liberal Democrats. There are preppers that are conservative Christians. There are preppers that are independents. I mean, this goes beyond all that nonsense. And that's, to me, is what it is. A lot of it is nonsense. We need to look beyond that. Like-minded people with the same goal of surviving whatever is coming and working together with other like-minded people. You would be surprised that if we got into a town, let's say we moved into a town, and let's say I am hardcore Republican, right down the party line, and my neighbor ends up being a completely liberal Democrat. But what we do have in common is we're both preppers, and we can talk and we can share ideas. We just can't talk politics, okay? You would be surprised that may end up becoming your best friend. It can happen. If you open your mind, you look past the stupid stuff in the media that's trying to put it out there all the time for us to be fighting with each other. That's what we got to do. We got to stop fighting with each other. We need to focus on working together. And I'm telling you, again, if you're really, truly interested, shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Give me your phone number. I will call you. We can talk more. I can give you a little bit more details, and we can go from there. Because I'm telling you what, this is something that could absolutely work. And I have somebody, like I said, that is local, that, same mindset as the rest of us, okay? So there's already at least one prepper already there, all right? And we could make this happen. And I'm telling you what, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. Oh, I didn't even see what he said. Ed groups build like that. The Amish would be in the way to get the ones that can't build, cook, or etc. Again, if you have like-minded people, you are going to be surprised at how they will work together with each other. And if somebody doesn't know how to do something, somebody's going to help them and teach them and work with them like that. It would be amazing. I want to live outside the city of Flint, Michigan. Can I come live on your land? I have some solar panels. Hey, George, how you doing, everybody? That, like I said, that would be something we'd have to talk about. There'd be a lot of discussion with that. But again, if you want to get away from, there's an opportunity to get away from that if you want to. He said, "Don't destroy Pennsylvania forest." That's not what this would be at all. You wouldn't be destroying any forest at all. Not at all. It's not like you're going to go in and start cutting the woods down. It's not what preppers do. We prepare, we get ready. That's what we do. And I think if we worked on that and worked together, it would be awesome. Ed is starting his own country. Well, you know what, Dawn? It's funny. It's not about that. I would love to be in a community that was predominantly preppers. That we all had, monthly meetings. What do we need to work on? And think about this, okay? Just throwing this out there. So you got all these families, and we say, okay, we want to get a communication set up. And it's going to be real expensive. So if one person buys it, it's really expensive. But if we say, hey, listen, everybody throws in $25. If you got a whole bunch of people doing that, you got a lot of money to work with towards that common goal. Okay? That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Working together, saying, okay, what do we need as a community of preppers to be ready? Let's work together. Let's make it happen. You have a lot of preppers that are carpenters. You have a lot of preppers that are electricians, and they can look at things and analyze things and say, all right, this is what we need to do. Now you got 25 men or women, don't matter which one it is, as long as you're willing to work, and you got a couple people that know what they're talking about as far as that activity, and you work together and you make it happen. It's amazing what could be accomplished. Absolutely amazing what could be accomplished working together. It really is. Guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that, I would appreciate that. What do we got? 323 here in the second chat. Again, when I put up a title of, live stream and put the date, it has not been interrupted one time. If I put a title, then it's always interrupted. Why is that? Because they don't want you to talk about certain things. I'm telling you what, guys, I honestly, truly, truly believe if we work together as a family, as a community of people, a community of like-minded people, regardless of religion, race, whatever, okay? If we work together and we have that same mindset, think about this. I want you guys to think about this. You're in whatever area you're at. Maybe there's a couple of other preppers in that area that you know of. Maybe there's not. Okay, maybe you're by yourself. You have nobody to work with. But if you move to this town and you buy a home, now you know you have a community of like-minded people that you can work with, that you can have, think about, getting together. Like I said, you would have prepper meetings. You could have the prepper get together once a month where we all would get together and bring a dish to pass and just talk and plan, make plans. What do we need to do here to make things better? Do we buy up more properties? What do we do? I'm telling you, the strength of community, the strength of numbers can be amazing to what could be accomplished. And as you integrate yourself into that community and become part of that community, and once that community sees that your intentions are nothing but good, you're not looking to go in there and change everybody's views. You're not going in there to change anything other than the fact that you want to be ready. And when the time comes, people would be so grateful to have us in their community, especially a small town up in the hills. Like I said, the water's there. That's a huge thing. Having that water is huge. The water's there. The land is there. The woods are there. It's an excellent opportunity. The jobs are there. There's affordable housing where, like I said, going in and buying a house really, really cheaply. It's amazing. It really, really is amazing. And it could be unbelievably cool if we got up there and did that. And again, you're talking about well out into the country, not near any major cities. That's a factor. Okay, and again, it would be absolutely awesome. It really, really would be. So I think it's a great opportunity, and frugal, it's buffering too much. Not on my end. Not now. It's not. It was that first one. It just went blank on me. When it goes blank, then I know I'm screwed. So. Silicon Valley wants government and everything. Well, and again, so this is our way. Think about this. If we did this with like-minded people in an area that is pro-Second Amendment, so you're not going to have the local municipalities fighting you about, now you're armed and, and you have your pistol permit and, you carry, open carry, or you conceal carry or whatever. Like-minded, good people. And think about this. You're going into this community, you're spending money, you're making things better. You're a good citizen. You know what I mean? You're not going in there to lay around and be like, and complain and like a lot of people do. A lot of preppers are very, very motivated people. And again, if we did this, if we really, truly do this, it could be absolutely awesome. And I think it's something that is very, very doable. So that's one of the things of my trip that I had in mind and was looking at. In this town, I'm telling you right now, like I said earlier in the first part of this, now this is obviously the second part, there's 25 homes right now in this town that you could pick up for under $1,000. Some of them need some rehab, okay? They need a little TLC, and the board wants, what do you want to do? What is your goal? So you're not looking to go in there and tear these old buildings down. You want to refurbish them, fix them up. Like I said, be part of the community. Ed, it's been skipping every now and then. On my end, it's been absolutely fine. I don't know if anybody else is seeing any problems, but on my end, it's been fine. Didn't they try that in Texas at some ranch? Again, David, I'm going to say this again. That was a religious cult, okay? A religious organization that was trying to separate themselves because of their religion. The Branch Davidians, right? You have had that happen before. Again, somebody had mentioned the Mormons earlier in here. This is not about religion. We're not doing this about religion, okay? We would be doing this about like-minded people, regardless of your religion, regardless of what race you were, okay? That want peace. They want to be safe. They want to be ready. They want to have other people that are willing to work with them. They want other people that are willing to step up and say, hey, neighbor, you need a hand with that, and help out. That's what it's all about. We have gotten away from that as a country. We absolutely have gotten away from that. But there are still a tremendous amount of good people that are willing to do that. There really is. Constitutional citizenry. Yep, exactly. Be careful in Pennsylvania. There are many areas that have toxic pollution stuff happening. Be very careful. Well, of course, that you would have to. Absolutely would have to. Let's see. How do you feel about using the location as a secondary homestead bug out location? That would be another option. Absolutely. I would absolutely, that would be something that, like I said, if I bought there, I would absolutely keep this right now and start working on something down there. And that absolutely, having it as a secondary bug out location would not be a bad idea at all. Cults don't work. Sherry just said, you're right. The like-minded preppers, safe in being close together, neighbors, it would work. It absolutely would work. And thank you for saying that. Yeah, cults never work because you have, the person that thinks that they're the Messiah or whatever, and they're calling all the shots. Preppers, we're going to work together. It's not about who's in charge or who's in control. It's not what that's about. It's about working together for the same goal, for the same reasons. And I'm telling you what, it is something that it could work. Why so far north? Way too cold. The redneck prepper. I'm going to tell you what, the cold is an advantage. It's an absolute advantage. SHTF happens in the wintertime. A lot of people are not going to be out and about. They're not going to be out pillaging, raping, burning, and doing all those wonderful things that absolutely will happen in an event. they will be trying to make it through that winter. And a lot of them, by the time the spring rolled around, will not be there anymore. And the ones that do wander out trying to cause trouble, they will not be around very long. Think about, again, a community of preppers living in an area that winter comes. We all have wood stoves. We all have a tremendous amount of fire. We're all networked up together, planning on working together. Unbelievable the power that can be involved with that. Unbelievable what could happen. And for good, for a good thing, so cold is an advantage, right? That's why California has all the homeless, right? You're not going to have those people out sleeping on the street because they don't want to be there. It's too cold. What is it? 25% of all homeless people are in California. It's because of the climate. And of course, there are laws out there, but, right. And Mountain Girl made a great point. It's an advantage. That's why the population is so small at my mountain home. Most can't hack it. And you're absolutely right. Most can't hack it. But again, think about this, guys. You go into this area and maybe you don't buy in town. Maybe you buy outside of town and you buy a small place and who knows what the cost of that would be. Now you set up greenhouses and you're working together with greenhouses, with other preppers, and you're growing and you're working on that type of stuff. Food's going to be there. Because you're a prepper, you're already prepped in that area anyway. It's the peace of mind of working together with, knowing when the time comes that they would have your back, you'll have their back. It's a huge advantage. I'm going to tell you what. Give me a town with 100 preppers in it, and I'll tell you what. Amazing what could happen, and all in a positive way. Absolutely all in a positive way. Chicago is just as liberal as California, less homeless because of the harsh winters. You're right, exactly. Well, Chicago's a mess. They are an absolute mess up there. But you're right, they have a lot less. The Rochester area, New York, is the same thing. You don't have as many homeless, out there because of the fact that the weather is so harsh. And again, when that happens, and if it happens in the wintertime, by the time the spring comes, there's going to be a whole lot less people. By the time that second winter comes and that rolls around, there's even going to be less people. But people that are prepared, people that are ready, people that are working together in a community, as a community, those are the ones that are going to make it. And I'm going to tell you what, you're going to see a lot of people. Again, now here's something else to think about. SHTF happens. What are a lot of people going to do? They're going to head south. They're going to head to warmer weather. Okay. Not me. I'm staying put. Because again, less people, less problems. You can work with what you have and make it better and make it livable. I'm not going to tell you the name of the town yet. If you are interested and you want to talk more, I'm going to keep that under my hat for right at the moment. But if you are interested, shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Okay, give me your number and I will definitely call you. So, harsh winters make for hardy people. You are right. Absolutely right. Okay, so I haven't done it yet, so we're going to do it at this point. Do two things. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, if you would do that now, I would appreciate it because our time is almost up. Between the first one and the second one here, we're almost at that time. But we are Legion, guys. And I've talked about that before. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We are all over the world. And again, if we work together, what we could accomplish, nobody could stop us. Nobody, okay? And it could happen. And it's a very, very doable thing. And people don't think so. So many preppers that I've talked to feel isolated. They feel alone. You don't have to. You don't have to. We could make this happen, okay? Also remember, so anyway, where's everybody from tonight? Let's do this first. Where's everybody from? Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. We got Florida. Michigan, outer space, I like that. Montreal, Canada, New York, Sodus, Michigan, Maryland. We got Chicagoland, the Netherlands, Liberty Hills, Texas, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Kansas, BC, Canada, Central Lower Michigan. We got Texas again, Connecticut, Mobile, Alabama, Maine, Colorado, Arizona, Washington State, Tennessee, Ohio, Flint, Michigan, North Carolina, Northern Utah, Kent in the UK. Let's see, we got Prince George, BC, Canada, very cool. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Olympia, Washington State, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Illinois, BC, We have soggy southern Missouri, Mississippi, Washington, Minnesota, England, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, Connecticut, Indian Beach Grove, I don't know where that is. We got another Pennsylvania, New Mexico, Connecticut, Perkins, Ohio, South Australia, Chicagoland, Juneau, Alaska. Very cool, very nice. I've always wanted to get up there. I will get up there one day. I want to see Alaska. Dayton, Ohio, Oklahoma, Illinois, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania again, Ransomville, New York, Oklahoma, upstate New York, Philly, Finland. We have Pennsylvania again. So anyway, guys, we're all over the place. We are truly all over. And we are this huge family. We really, truly are. And I'm telling you right now, we work together. There's no stopping us. There would be no stopping us because we can truly make a difference. And think about, again, being around like-minded people that are willing to work together to help out somebody that maybe, like you have an older prepper, let's say, okay, and they have their wood, but they can't get it bucked up and get it stacked. 5 or 10 preppers can make short work of that literally within a couple of hours, working together as a team. That's what it's all about. Giving back to people that are less fortunate than we are, okay? Working together, no stopping us. And knowing when the time comes that we're all together and we all are of like mind, unbelievably amazing how cool that can be. So again, if you are interested, shoot me an email, okay, at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. I'll contact you guys, and we could make this happen. This could be huge. It really, really could. Decent jobs. I don't know what the taxes are. Who knows what they are at that point down there. But the housing is affordable. You can get a house really, really cheaply. Again, like I said, right now there's 25 houses that you could get for under $1,000. I mean, think about that. Really, really cheap to get in there. So you got to put some money into it, fix it up. So now you're helping the local economy because you got to hire local people. And there's the key, okay? To integrate yourself into a community and be part of a community, you get local work and you get local people to do, the plumbing, the electrical, whatever. I mean, if you can do it yourself, that's great. But if you can't, get those local people. Make yourself part of that community. Really, it could be huge. It could make such a huge difference. So anyway, guys, at this point, we're already over 9 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's good to be home. It's good to be back on live talking with you guys. We are a huge family. We really, truly are. And when I say we are all in this together, I mean it. We really, truly are. When that time comes, if we have a group of people in an area working together, and here's the best part of that too, you can have other people that maybe can't get to that area to move there, but they can be affiliated with you and you know who they are and they're investing in that area to be ready and stuff like that. And then all they got to do at the time comes is get there. That's another way to do it too. So it's a very, very doable thing. It really, really, truly is. And like I said, it's awesome. Remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so that's important as well. Make sure you tell the people that you care about every day how you feel. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Nobody else can stop you, okay? I hope everybody's doing great. I hope you have a great weekend. Please be safe. Don't drink and drive. I think that's really important. I know I was saying it a lot during the holidays, but I mean it all year round. It's not worth it. Don't kill yourself for somebody else, and it costs way too much. It's just not worth it, So anyway, guys, I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.